Hello guys, FM Campbell here and welcome to the introduction of the new Building a Force series. Now if you didn't know already, I actually uploaded a video a couple of days ago just to basically gain a little bit of insight into who you want me to manage. So we did a little bit of a voting system. I asked you guys to have like a preference vote of a 1, 2, 3, your first preference, second preference and third preference. Your first one would get 3 points, your second one would get 2 points and then your third one would get 1 point. This then amounted to sort of a table after I had a massive reply in votes. So thank you very much to all those that voted, and to those that didn't, I hope you enjoy the series. As you can see here, it was very close actually up until sort of the morning of the final count. I was doing the final count at 8 o'clock that evening. It was actually very close. It was York City, Portsmouth, MK Dons and Cambridge were all on 12 points. And it got to a point where I was kind of thinking, okay, I'm just going to have to put these 4 teams in a hat and pick one. But fortunately, as the day went on, more and more people voted. And yes, so as you can see, we are going to be taking control of the mighty York City FC. I think they're York City. So yeah, this is who we're taking control of. I've already set up a manager to the standards of based on York. So this guy is already set up to the experience based on York City. So yeah, we're going to confirm that, and we are now the manager of York City. Now you'll notice the date, we've actually moved forward a year. We've holiday forward a year because I didn't want to go through the same generic transfers, the same generic free transfers, the same generic staff, just the same generic stuff anyway. I actually didn't think about this, but when I was doing the vote, I obviously said to teams that are in League 1 or League 2, but if, for instance, like we did obviously take control of York City and they were relegated, we would have had to take them in the Vanarama Conference, which is not something I wanted to do. I've started at this level because I believe this will probably sort of last until sort of FM16 comes out. So yeah, I didn't want to go too low and not get to finish the series. So this is probably going to be my main series on the channel, but the Aston Villa series will still continue. We've got some pre-recorded episodes of that already scheduled to go up, so look forward to them. I haven't quite decided on what day the York City series will probably be going up. It'll probably be, what days do we not upload at the moment? I think it's Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday, the days that we don't upload at the moment. So we've got the Aston Villa series on Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 AM, and then we have the World Network game obviously on a Saturday at 1 o'clock. So maybe sort of Sunday, Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday might be the days, or I may have a day off and only upload this every 2 days. How the actual system and how the uploads are going to work, I'm going to be sort of going through a month and then I'll do an update with a live game. So it won't be just like the Aston Villa series where it's a monthly update. There will be a live game every single month. I'll do a playthrough. Regular updates obviously going on as well as to what I'm doing with the club. So yeah, let's have a little look at York City. So we'll attend the meeting. Let's see what the board are saying. If it wants to let me attend the meeting, here we go. Right, so great, let's get the meeting started. That sounds like a great idea. I'd love to learn more about the club so we can obviously give you guys a little bit of insight to what the club's about. I have some philosophies, so they don't want to give me any philosophies, that's fine. I was thinking about doing one where I could possibly sort of say, no, I want to use the youth in the youth system, which may encourage them to spend money on the youth, and we can get some really good sort of youth intake days and really build the youth and obviously the training facilities and stuff like that. But we'll stick to no philosophies at the moment because we don't really know what the situation is with York City, obviously being a year into the game. They are still in League 2, so they did stay up, but we'll go through this meeting and then we'll give you guys a little bit of information as to what stage they're at. I mean, they could have just scraped staying in the league, we don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, good to meet the journalists. Okay, thanks for the introduction to the club. I don't need to set up with an assistant manager because I'm likely to be probably changing him anyway. So the York transfers update. So we've got a guy called Craig Baxter that's joining us from Gateshead on a free. So let's have a look at him. He's not too bad. I don't really know for this level at the moment. I haven't really had a look around, but he looks okay. I mean, I prefer my wing backs to have full backs to have really good tackling, but that doesn't look to be the case. So we'll have to have a look at him. Ryan Jarvis is out on loan to Aldershot. That's till next season. And then, is that his contract's up at the end of that? So yeah, his contract's up at the end of that. To be honest with you, not kind of my sort of cup of tea. Finishing 9 and composure's only 8. Possibly not really good enough that I'm the level that I'm aiming for anyway. And £900 a week as well is quite a lot of money. So yeah, I'll probably skip him. I'll probably let him go at the end of the season. 5 weeks and 2 months as well. He's injured. So yeah, so new subscriptions, that's fine. A York City the background. So, all club honours. Let's see what they've done. So they've won the League 2 once before, and they've won the FA Trophy once before. That's all they've done. So they've been in League 2 for a while. They did drop down to the Vanarava Conference for a long time. Quite a few seasons. So, and they've recently been promoted. Obviously, they've had 3 seasons now in the League 2. They've finished sort of what I'd say probably 17th, and then obviously they've done a little bit better actually in the last 2 years. So, I mean, hopefully we can continue that. They've obviously, so it's 14-15. So let's see where they actually finished in League 2. Let's see how they've done. So let's go to the previous season, and where are they? So they finished 7th. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. So I mean, if we can either retain that, let's see what they're predicting us to finish, because obviously players would have left now. So let's see where they're thinking that we'll finish. So they think we'll finish 19th. So let's not get carried away with that 7th place finish from last season. So yeah, we are going to be still scraping to stay up. The board in regards to the targets, let's have a look at the confidence. So the paint trophy is to be competitive. I don't really know what that means to me. I never really have. I'm guessing just to try. The minimum expectation is a competitive in the Capital One Cup. FA Cup, the team is not expected to get beyond the first round, so that's fine. That's a good. We're happy with that because I want to concentrate on the league. The minimum expectation is the team achieve a mid-table position within Sky Bet League 2 this season. So mid-table is what we're looking for. Let's go back to what we were looking at with regards to the club. Yeah, so they've won a League 2 and they've won the FA Trophy. They haven't won it in the last 10 years. Doesn't look anyway. They were relegated from League 1 back in 98-99 season. And they've been they were in there in League 2 for a couple of years. Then they were relegated for the League 2 in 03-04 season, and they were in Vanarama Conference for quite a long time. And then recently in 2011-2012 season they were promoted. And yeah, so they've been in League 2 ever since, finishing 7th 2 seasons in a row. So 17th in 2012-2013. So we're doing okay. I mean, the youth facilities are pretty poor, 1.5 star. Training facilities are 2 star at Wigginton Road, below average and adequate. Founded in 1922, the stadium's called the Booth and Crescent. Adequate junior coaching, youth recruitment is only basic. So we've got a lot of work to do. So let's go and meet the players. Hold the team meeting. Let's see. Many have not heard me, so I wanted to personally introduce myself. Should we go mid-table? Yeah, they're like that. That's exactly the sort of reaction I wanted. Cool. So let's have a quick look at the squad. According to the current system, we've got some okay players. We've got McCombs in there. Keith Lowe, he looks okay. Who else do we have? The goalkeeper, James Atkinson, doesn't look too bad. 20 years old as well, English, which is good. Don't know how he's not homegrown. Oh, because he obviously wouldn't have been like club like that. Josh Carson, left midfielder. Not sure about his natural fitness. I hate poor natural fitness as a player. But yeah, it looks okay. He's on quite a big wage though. Who else do we have that's okay? Russ Penn, 29 years old. Probably going to be the captain with that leadership and determination by the looks of things. Ball winning midfielder, centre midfielder. He's only on £900 a week as well for a captain. It's pretty good. Josh Carson's obviously the best player. Wes Fletcher, finishing a 12 and composure a 12. Natural fitness again is quite low. But they look okay. Obviously there's a lot of players that we're going to have to probably readdress. Have a bit of a clear out. Have we got any under 21s? We've got a couple of under 21s. No one of a decent level. Niall Rice is probably the best potential. I mean, he doesn't look that great, to be honest, does he? So, but that's a good thing. We've come into the squad with a couple of regens already come in, with a bit of a clear out from whoever might have been at the squad in the team last season. They would have left by now, so I don't even know who they were. Yeah, so it's basically going to be new targets, new players available on frees rather than the same boring generic stuff. That's why we've holidayed in a year and taken control of them in 2015-16 season. So, staff, how are we doing for staff? Very, very small amount of staff. So again, we'll have to address that. But yeah, York City, boys. We are going to be building a force. York City are going to be the biggest force in Europe. That's the plan. We're going to try and win the Champions League. The series will come to an end when we win the Champions League. I want to get this series obviously done and dusted by the time that the FM16 comes out. So what are we at the moment? We're June, so we've got July, August, September, October, November. So it's October, November time. So we've got about 5 months to get this series, to get this save done, and to get York City winning the Champions League. What a day that would be. Imagine we reach the Champions League and we don't win it. Oh god, that would be frustrating. But get your comments in below. I hope you're going to enjoy the series. Obviously this is a majority vote of your guys that to be York City, the York City manager. Apologies if you didn't vote for York City and you voted for others. As I said, people voted for Portsmouth, MK Dons, and Cambridge were very, very close. They nearly went into a hat along with York City to pick one. Would have been a bit of a kick in the teeth as well. I'm actually from Milton Keynes, where obviously MK Dons are based now. And obviously I'm a United fan and I went to see the game and they lost 4-0. So that would have been interesting to do. But yeah, I still get behind Dons and stuff, especially now that they're in the Championship. And then also people that voted for Bristol City, Crewe, AFC Wimbledon, Bradford and Yeovil. They were also very, very close in the shout. And then obviously we've got other teams that are mentioned as well that people did vote for. So thank you very much for voting for these teams. Stevenage, Hartlepool, Burton Albion, Coventry, Gillingham, Notts County, Walsall, Northampton, Carlisle, Bury, Crawley, Dagenham, Exeter, Leyton Orient, Oldham, Oxford, Rochdale, Tranmere, Luton, Cheltenham, Peterborough, Accrington Stanley, Plymouth, Scunthorpe, Sheffield United, Shrewsbury, Southend and Swindon. So a lot of S's down at the bottom. But yeah, thank you very much for voting. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, I apologise if it's not the team that you voted for, but I'm going with a majority vote, and York City stormed it by a couple of points. So yeah, thanks very much for voting. I didn't expect to get as much of a response as I did, but yes, I was chuffed to bits for that. So we will probably come back to you from the first game of the season. We've got a couple of friendlies. We've got Sunderland. We've got some nice friendlies actually. We've got Boston United, who's an affiliate. Sunderland. And then we've got Liverpool under 21s. Then we've got Barnsley, who are an affiliate. I think Barnsley are the Championship, aren't they? League One. So yeah, and our first game is Northampton, ironically. So people did actually vote for Northampton. That's our first game. So yeah, we'll probably play that game live. Obviously, I'd imagine by then, I'm hoping that the squad will look completely different to this. There's probably some players I don't really fancy. There's some players with some decent values in there, really. I mean, obviously Josh Carson's probably our best player. That's why he's so expensive. But Adam Coombs at 105k, a striker. We've got a lot of strikers. We've also got to think about the tactic as well. So get your comments in, get your suggestions in. Thank you very much for voting. I hope you've enjoyed this introduction. I will see you for the Northampton game. Feel free to leave a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're going to be interested in this sort of content. And I'll see you guys hopefully in a couple of days with an update and the first game of the season. Cheers.